attention to what's real will only increase your need to be. Believe in what is. Never rush to points of rushing trees. I'll ransom you with a heart of crystal. I love you till it's seeming clear. I'm Prince Hood, my dear. Thank you.
Once again, I'm Alfred Analo Anjere from Nairobi, Kenya, Eastlands, normal difference Kariobangi, whereby Eastlands is the east side of Nairobi, the unprivileged area, whereby you must stumble in order to succeed. I'll get to my friend here.
I'm Christopher Kanja, and I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, and I'm a normal difference in Kariobangi, Eastland side. That's same place where my friend is from.
My full names are Brian Erastus Nyamanga. I represent Normal Difference Kisumu.
Also, I'm a member of Normal Different. Actually, I came in when the iron was still hot because I was struggling with the certificate. It was actually hard to come out with the certificate, especially here in this country, because it was to go from office to office searching for documents, and actually it was hard for it, but I managed it and I have a certificate now. We are moving on with it.
Hello there, my name is John Kennedy Mwabuganga. I'm Kariobangi South, that's where I come from, same area as my fellow brothers. I'm a normal difference. And the thing about this is that I'm trying to be whole. I'm trying to be whole. I'm sick and tired of being looked at as a vagrant, as a vagabond, just someone out there. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, and I asked too many questions, and nobody had the right answers. And this is the most difficult thing.
So the people in the rehab center, you couldn't really talk to them?
I couldn't really talk to them. We couldn't relate,
Okay.
They thought I was mad.
Yeah, so they were basically judging you and giving you a diagnosis?
Yeah.
Did they give you medication also?
Of course, I'm a 2-year medication.
And did it help?
Not really. Some medication is to control the stress levels in your brain.
Yeah.
Because you think too much. You try to perceive, and it takes a lot of stress in you, and you can go into something called schizophrenia or acute paranoid schizophrenia.
Is that what happened to you? Did you get really paranoid?
I'm schizophrenic. That's what they told me.
But you're not. I tell you, you're not.
I'm not.
And also to add on that, you talked about hearing voices. What kind of voices were you hearing, and what were they telling you?
These voices I came to understand later on. That's why I studied Buddhism. It was about the spirit and the soul trying to get in contact with me, and lift me up from the confusion of my mortal body.
Difference was formed to offer counseling to post-traumatic stress, victims during the post-election violence, and those who are having problems to understand themselves, those who are fighting with the inner voices within themselves.
Like the post-election violence, that's something real that happened, and it lives in people's heart and their mind. It even causes problems to other people because they can't seem to forget the whole situation that took place. So that's where we come in, participate in the community and trying to show them, try to take the picture away and bring a positive one, and that's us being a normal difference, right?
And also, poverty being the worst kind of terrorism, so we are also dealing with people affected. People can come together and share their problems and share their joy and share their experience together. And also, besides offering classes for drums, we also have artists who are maybe, some are singers, like a rapper, Blaze, and all of them, they have a house here whereby they can come and practice. And we offer that platform because it's very difficult to find these equipments with the youth. So it's a means to achieving what they want to achieve in life.
And I tried so much to understand myself, but at least now through poetry, I have dug deep into this, into my heart, into my mind, to my soul, and I can actually translate what my heart wants to guide me into, this journey that I'm taking.
In murder and drama, like cousin drum on the sopra. Direct sting like a cobra. We can chop like a helicopter.
But I have something, something which is very important for each and every person, and it's love, basically. And love has been broken into so many compartments in this system that we live in, that nobody is really whole anymore. And that's what normal difference is. These are people who have actually the concept of love in their hearts.
Closer to soul than breath, my spirit alive to the test. Poverty and rest, calamity is no jest. Till brothers repent, ask God for one more chance. Salute to this dance, play your words that be canning stress. I'm in rest, with books from the chest. My ego blessed like Joseph's dress. Many colors I perceive, black and white, I never deceive. Off the devil and his trailer. I'm a mailer, glad tidings warner for the halo with doom. It's my broom, sweet clean, I decide I'm right.
Okay, this is the thing. C-A-R-E, care. When you get into care, when you start caring for stuff, things around you, you're gonna be different. I'm telling you, you're gonna be different. Because everything has a meaning, and we cannot just walk in ignorance.
And there's another one also, is called Colinso. He's different. He's in his world. He sees himself as a policeman, and even he goes and spends most of the time in the police post there.
And they accept him?
Yeah, they accept him. They work with him.
Oh, he's lucky.
Yeah, they call him officer. He can even go and report a matter to him. They take it serious also.
Really?
Yeah, but he's that kind of a person, and we talk to him. He's in that community also. So it's this kind of people that we are targeting and we are dealing with.
And the funny thing with these people, they are not like people we don't know of. They are people that we've grown to work together, So they are people that we can't ignore.
Yeah, now let's talk about Bufa.
Yeah.
Well, how do you see him? You, like
me
personally?
How I see him?
Yes.
The only thing that I think he goes through as a hardness is how people neglect him. I think people are just
isolation.
Because he's someone who can speak for himself and say I can do this, and then maybe you can pay me a little bit of something. But people have shown him that you can't do these things.
You need to be
you need to be helped. And the help that they are giving him is the wrong help.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable, because you can't be like giving him money every time. Even yourself, you'll get angry.
Exactly. At some point, you're like.
Yeah. And helping him not to depend on people. These are things that we talk about with him. Finding him something to do.
So it's also our mandate as Normal Difference to also sensitize and educate the community about these people and about their sensitivity and about how to work together with them and not marginalize them. because they are part of us, part of our community. People should move closer to them just to understand their other world and try to bring these people by making them realize that the ultimate goal of realization is lying with them, but it's only a process that we initiate, but it's a course they have to take a choice after undergoing the process of healing. So now we wanted to have activities that will bring these people together.
Yeah.
And when these activities we have, because we are activity based, then we'll go to that mission driven of having a network of them, knowing that we are not alone. We can always have a marketplace of the hearing voices.
What is normal? Who says we are normal and who says who's different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to me, I would say that first getting to know yourself, that's something important, because you'll get to realize who you are by not taking it from the people, not allowing people to tell you who you are, because that will kill a very big part of you, making you start asking yourself, am I that kind of person that they're talking about, or am I this kind of person I am? You know, I believe that for you to get to know that, get to know yourself first. Then you'll be free to understand what other people are trying to tell or push you to believe in.
Hello?
Can you maybe tell me what? Because I saw something that is saying like the Western way of like treating people with psychiatric problems.
Okay.
Like, can you tell me something about it?
About that?
Yes.
The mainstream psychiatric approach is basically all about giving people a diagnosis, and then they're mentally ill. And what they usually explain it by is the brain functions and the brain chemistry not working right anymore. So you get medication that does actually change your brain chemistry, usually in a way that you don't feel many emotions anymore, that you're very slowed down, which helps some people, but most people afterwards say, okay, maybe now I don't get depression anymore, or I don't get psychotic episodes anymore, but I also don't enjoy my life because I don't feel anything, and then the side effects of the medications are often quite bad.
That's like creating a boundary.
That's creating the us and them.
Yeah.
And then you've got the us, we're the normal ones, and
yeah,
them, they're the different ones.
One. Yeah. Which is a bad, I think it's not a positive thing.
That isn't a positive.
Yeah, but if you're a professional, then you should like be professional. You know?
You should be professional.
That is why I think we are also doing it in a different way, because we tend to blend ourselves into the status that these people are in.
Exactly.
Without judging them.
I'm a wandering stranger, and I don't know where to hide. 'Cause every day I raise up, evil forces wanna put me down. And whenever I'm walking, I give me thanks and praises to Him.
It's a myth, I say, and these are the stereotypes also which are supposed to be addressed. Just like in our family setups, the way we were brought up, you find that as men, as boys, we grew up being told that, you are a boy. You when you grow up, you'll be the breadwinner. When you grow up, you are the protector of your family. You are the provider. And then also the girls, they grow knowing that, because now this guy has gone to maybe look for food for the family for that day. He's coming back, he didn't succeed in getting any food, any money. What is this guy thinking while coming back? he is withdrawn. He thinks to himself, he sees himself as a failure.
Well, maybe she's actually the one who is such a good businesswoman, but she has to stay at home and cook.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he is such a good cook.
Yeah, and she has also been affected by the stereotype, the same stereotypes. So stereotypes are also part of this.
Okay, so tell us about the first steps that Normal Difference have organized and done in Kisumu.
Now what we've done is that we organized at least two major things. One was a meeting in Luanda market zone, whereby we called people and we tried to tell them that their area, like especially in Luanda, that there is a high prevalence on mental cases.
So where is Luanda?
Luanda is like 9 kilometers off Kisumu. Being one of the towns in Kenya that has the highest level of mental illnesses, so that becomes the base work of Normal Difference. Apart from the shows and touching the corporate hearts, it's based on research work, trying to understand psychosis from the African point of view directly, because it's quite different. At first I used to think, I myself, that the mental illnesses in Luanda are caused by unnatural causes. But when I went there, I found that there is these taboos that make these children vulnerable, because a young child cannot be taken into another family if the wife got the child through out of wedlock, out of not marriage. So these things, I realized that they caused the high prevalence of mental illness in Luanda, because these youths are just left, and it was depression, which can be cured. Kabisa.
So how would you cure it?
Through art therapy, getting this person to realize that he is wanted or she is wanted. Yeah.
My name is Tom Onyango. I am personally a community opinion leader. I live in an area called Nyalenda. Nyalenda is a sprawling slum area of Kisumu town. This Nyalenda area is very densely populated. It has a population of about 78,000. So if somebody came up with an idea, like what we now have, Normal Difference, because like from what I hear, they want to bring in some mental health facilities, that is advising that the youth on how to go about their daily lives, on how to think realistically, look at life realistically.
So Normal Difference as an art-based mental health therapy project, we got chosen to apply because that will be the same thing, because we work with both kids, children, adults, and everyone.
Most of the kids, most of the youngsters have no meaningful jobs they are doing. So most of them have resorted to drug abuse, crime, and such bad things. They feel they are kind of dejected. They feel the society has nothing to offer them. So they kind of turn against the society.
Normal Difference wants to apply for a library, so we can get a children's library as part of the environmental and mind health projects to empower the mind, make the children's minds, because there's a lot of kids in the slum areas that are really clever and they need libraries.
So at least that change of attitude will help in the society. I fully support it, I'm fully behind it. Whatever assistance they need, I will give as a community leader.
Kila sana try to rise for love, nikasie zinazama na nikafsi na uhakika ilhali kila dakika nazama. Kila sana try to rise for love, nikasie zinazama na nikasi na uhakika ilhali kila dakika nazama.
These best friends are hanging together so we can
My name is Janeko Ahenda. I am a jewelry designer with Janeko Creative Minds, which is a group of artists, creative minds who have come together to use art as a way of healing themselves or expressing what they are feeling at a moment. And in Normal Difference, I come in with the artistic side of healing.
My name is Lafam. I'm a hip hop artist from Kisumu, part of Janeko Creative Minds and Locally Entertainment. And we organize events and people come and express themselves freely, and that's the Normal Difference.
I have lived with someone who was mentally handicapped, and I thought they really wanted to communicate but just didn't know how. She would do a lot of art. She used to weave, she used to stitch, and she used to like neatening stuff up. And as much as she used to talk to herself, I tried to understand what it is she was trying to say. And all the time, she tried to explain why, to people she didn't see, why she wasn't doing what they wanted her to do. And I came to believe that through her art, she was probably trying to tell us the same thing, but we just didn't know how to read it.
Let them talk, let them talk. Let them say what they want to say.
What exactly is a show? When you talk about shows, what exactly do you do?
It's concerts and performances where we get artists to come together under a particular theme. Yeah, like the last time what happened was like hip hop for social change and dance for a positive mind. Because all these are like part of the artistic development for Normal Differences programs. It's based under the art, based under for the art therapy, based under counseling.
Industry ya rap imejaa kimaksudi, msanii anajitarapa sugu, bado china mistyle na 3 mixtape, adati ndio toka na ya kwanza kamisple samba kina moja. Hebu sikiza irony, anajitarapa jina yake agony, hawezi venture rap kama soma kianatomy, kapshinda ganji na manoti bila bunga.
So I'm thinking of incorporating mentally handicapped people in this project in a way that if they can't talk because they no longer can have their grammar right, they can express themselves in a different way. We play music that they connect with, and probably they will tell a story using a dance. It's like a healing process, because when they can express themselves, then they no longer feel like they're alone. They no longer feel like they're locked in somewhere and cannot really say what they want to.
All I wanna do is feel like they're alive in me, make you drive me like an enemy to the floor, like a chimney, real hot in me, like you got the skin in it, I make me slim, Jimmy, even better already. I know the neighbors hear me, they probably standing into one. I wonder do they hear me?
Excuse me, can I see your dangling brother? I mean, you know, juggle your balls like the Wrangling brothers. I'm the kind that you can bother. I ain't tripping on your change.
And for me, sometimes when I make my work, you can see the emotion in my work, because as I spin on wires, as I bead on, it's like an energy that I'm letting out. It's like a negative energy of sadness, of depression, of stress, of worry that kind of just moves away. And in time, we're trying to get people to find it normal to be employed as an artist, where you will see me walking on the streets and you're wondering, why is she always around during the day just doing nothing? But then, because we hold our shows in the evenings when everyone is from work and they're tired and need to release stress and they need to relax, and that's when we go to work.
My name is B, you never know what you're gonna do. We're gonna do the game because no other place of fun. I made you understand that.
Now we're working together because we want to make sense of normalities that are not normal because they're very different. Like waking up at 8 o'clock when and having a cup of tea when I'm not hungry. Doesn't ever make sense.
Yeah.
Like shutting out somebody from being your friend because of the way they dress you, it doesn't suit your style. No. Or feeling that somebody is singing awkwardly because you have not used people who sing with that kind of voice.
Yeah. I think someone cannot be a supermodel because you think she's
Not
shorter
pretty,
and
yeah,
not pretty and little
it's
heavy.
just crappy, you know.
It's society.
Always having certain societal norms that are just unnecessary. Very unnecessary.
Everybody seems to burn up like the flame. Never know what you're gonna do. Maybe tension is the game, yeah. You never know what you're gonna be up. Everybody looking at me, got the tension. Everything we gotta do it to the best. Nothing up, nothing low. We gotta step up to the feet, yeah.
Well, it's more or less geared towards peace, love, and unity. It is a cliche message, but that is the basic thing we're trying to say in different
Trinity.
languages.
Okay. Peace, love, unity, and maybe we should add on freedom.
Yeah, you know,
of the
freedom.
mind, of expression,
Yeah.
of being creative.
I'm in chains, you're in chains too.
Hey, stop with the camera.
Our uniforms and you are uniforms too. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too, Mr. Jailer. Oh, I have fears, you have fears too. I'll die, but you self will die too. Life is beautiful, don't you think so too?
It's another kind of, it's your own perfection. It's how perfect you can be to do your own things, to understand your own self.
To manage your own self.
To manage your own self, you know?
To overcome situations and events and circumstances that might even put you down because of your self-overstanding.
Yeah. You know?
Nobody will understand your overstanding.
Tim, you understand when I say overstanding. Yeah.
Good.
What is overstanding?
Overstanding is a little bit higher level for understanding.
Yeah. That's the perfect mind, I would say.
So interesting.
Yeah.
I think this word it was actually produced by the governing, ruling classes to say we want the people to stand under us.
Yeah, because you have to overstand, not to understand. If you understand, you still lack some overstanding, you know.
Yeah.